The race for military technology.
About 10 or 11 years ago, because really what happened is we saw Xi Jinping again take over China. We saw him forcing a lot of our friends to have their best engineers in China working on things with the PLA. And it was clear he was becoming like very militaristic. And then it was also clear that they were innovating and doing things that were ahead of some of what we do here. And well, they had better hypersonics in certain areas. They were trying to do swarms of drones that could attack in different ways. And it was just none of our defense hardware companies, none of the big primes, have. So what a prime is that in the 1990s, the Cold War ended and we had all the best companies in defense, but we weren't going to spend as much on defense anymore. So they all merged and they formed these like 9 giant companies. These companies started to become very bureaucratic, almost like they're arms of the government. And then in the late 90s, all the top software engineers went to Silicon Valley and started innovating. And so it's these big companies just fell way behind in software, way behind in all these new possibilities. And so China had this like new dynamic sector, and we had this like kind of old sclerotic legacy failing things. We're like, oh my God, we got to get our best people to work on this. And so my friend Palmer Luckey, who had backed at Oculus before, he partnered with 3 Palantir guys to form Anduril, which is a very famous company now. It's raised at 30 billion plus valuation. And then shortly after that, I'm like, so we backed that, we went all in, and now we started Epirus. Epirus is named after the bow of Theseus, which had infinite arrows, but it's the best EMP company. So we could shoot down electronics miles away with bursts of microwave radiation, right? So it's just really cool at turning off swarms of drones. And so what's happening now is you have swarms of drones in the air, you have swarms on the water. Here in Austin, we're building hundreds of smaller ships, and we're teaching the Navy how to use AI to weaponize autonomous vessels. And then you have things under the water that are new. You have things in space that are fighting. And so you have all these new possibilities, new missiles, new ways of turning off bad guys. And it all has to be controlled with new forms of AI command and control. And so, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.